Hey, if you're cooking outdoors and you're trying to decide between a cast iron skillet and a Dutch oven, this is the decision that a lot of people overthink. Both sound right, both feel capable, both feel like they should cover everything. And if you are new to cooking outdoors, it's not obvious which one actually makes more sense. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk through how this decision plays out in real life, not on paper, and which one most people actually end up using. Now, on the surface, the Dutch oven kind of feels like the more complete one, right? It's deeper, it's enclosed, it feels like it can kind of do everything. You could bake, you could stew, you could slow cook, you could stack coals on top of it. Kind of feels like a serious choice, right? And don't get me wrong, to be clear, Dutch ovens absolutely, positively have their place. They are very good at what they are designed to do. But here's the thing that most people don't think through early enough. A Dutch oven definitely asks you to commit. It is heavier, it is bulkier, takes up way more space, and it usually assumes that you already know what you're gonna cook. And outdoors, that commitment matters way more than people expect. Now let's talk about the skillet. The skillet doesn't try to be everything. It's open, it is simple, it is flexible. You can throw food in it without planning. You can change direction mid-cook. You can cook one thing or a few things without rearranging your whole entire setup. That flexibility is why it becomes the default for so many people. And this is where the real difference starts to show up. Now, a Dutch oven works best when the cooking is the plan. You've thought it through, you've got the ingredients, you're setting aside time, you're committing to the process. And that is great when that's actually how the day unfolds. Now, a skillet works when cooking is part of the day, not the whole point of it. You stop somewhere, you're hungry, you want some food, you don't want to build an entire system to make that happen. You just want to cook. And that is the reality of a lot of outdoor cooking. Now, here's something else that people don't talk about enough. Weight and bulk don't just affect packing, they affect whether or not you bring something at all. So a Dutch oven takes intention. You have to decide to bring it. You have to make room for it. You have to plan around it. The skillet doesn't require that decision. It just comes along. And here's the part that matters most. I'm going to say it slowly for those of you in the back. The tool that you use the most isn't the one that can do the most. It's the one that actually fits into those imperfect days. Days where your plans change, days where you're just tired, days where you just want food and you don't want to think, and that is why skillets quietly take over. Now, are there situations where a Dutch oven makes more sense? Absolutely. If you're cooking for a group, if you're baking, if you're slow cooking, if you're intentionally planning meals around it, if cooking is the main activity, that is where the Dutch oven shines. That is not every trip, that is not every day. So what happens for most people is this: they buy the Dutch oven because it feels like the right outdoor cooking tool. They use it a handful of times, they appreciate what it can do, and then without really deciding to, they start reaching for the skillet instead because it's easier, because it's faster, because it just fits for more situations. So for most people cooking outdoors, day trips, RV travel, camping, roadside stops, cast iron skillet definitely makes more sense as the first and the primary piece. It handles more situations, it requires less planning, and it actually gets used. A Dutch oven becomes a great second piece, something you bring when the trip calls for it, when the meal calls for it, when you know that you're going to use it. But that is rarely the default. So if you're deciding right now, I'll put the links in the description down below to the products that I'm talking about so that you don't have to overthink it. And that really is what this channel is all about. Not buying the biggest thing, not buying the most capable thing, just choosing the version that actually fits how you cook so that it gets used instead of just sitting around. That's it.